recipe for the meatballs and receipt.
Making chocolate pudding is my fucking life.
Making bacon pancakes.
What?
What do you
Why
want?
do I have Pikmin
I'm
3
sorry.
on my quick start menu? What the fuck?
Thank you for fixing the farm. Go to the next level there.
Dude, I
Snake.
have fucking... that's weird.
Snake, did you ever get the freaking Willy Wonka stuck in your head from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? From when...
Willy Wonka,
The
the
fucking
amazing
Oompa
chocolatier.
Loompas.
Whee!
Fucking Oompa Loompa Doompity Doo.
No, I have no. Well, the ones from the original movie are more memorable, I'll say.
Yeah, much more
Probably one
memorable.
of the best. I still remember the title sequence music, the tunnel scene music.
Charlie!
I would play it on here, but it would get us copyrighted.
Never thought that I would see.
It seems today that all you see is violence.
Oh.
And burping and farting.
I like how Lois looks at Peter. Her eyes just
leans over
extend.
to him, and then Peter's just like, oh.
Then Joe shoots.
No. You need to make that noise with good old Mickey.
No!
Oh. Oh.
Hey guys, I got
It's ugly!
Well, apparently ogres
Yeah,
don't get
ogres don't get happily ever after us.
I know where the
Shrek looks so baby-faced in this game compared to the others.
He does. Hey, I'm Shrek.
I mean, at least he doesn't look like a monster on, like, the GameCube game.
He filed down his teeth.
No,
Not
we're
on
not
part-
talking about freaking test footage Shrek. We're talking about extra large Shrek.
The one where he sticks out his jaw and goes, "Yee."
Oh, Brandon! Once on fucking live stream, I went into Shrek Extra Large, and you know what I did? I started burping with a twist. You wanna know what I did? I used a turbo controller. I need to show you the video of that because he burped faster than I thought he ever could.
Did it just sound like that?
Kind of. Actually, I'm gonna look it up now, and we're gonna fucking... I can at least let you hear what it sounded like.
Yeah, I want to hear a turbo burping.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut this part of the video out, so don't worry until I find it. Ah, I found it!
Oh.
What the burp button is.
Sounds like a demonic Pac-Man.
Wow.
Oh.
At least I got you to laugh. That's what he sounded like with the turbo button.
I thought it would be faster, honestly.
It was faster than I thought he was gonna go, though. If you want to see the video, it's the one where I played Sonic Adventure 2, Crash HD, and Devil May Cry. Oh, and Turok.
Turok. Not Turok 2.
I have Turok and Turok 2 on the PC plus N64, and the PC version has better controls.
I forget what Turok is. That's a dinosaur game, right? Or am I completely...
It's a dinosaur FPS. Where you have to shoot dinosaurs.
Shoot.
Much
It's not-
game.
It is not a bad game.
Too bad the third game never got a PC port. It's only on N64.
cry. I remember Vine Sauce, Vinny being really nostalgic over Turok. And he wanted a new game to come out. And there was a game made by the same company that came out recently, and he's like, this game's beans. So.
Okay. I mean, there was a game called Turok Evolution that wasn't all that great. Like, I tell you, there were some flying sections that were bullshit, and I rage quit the game because of it. And then they did a reboot game that was okay, but I didn't play far into it. Like, it was on the 360 and the PS3. It was just called Turok, and then there were HD remasters of the PC versions of Turok 1 and 2 that are on Steam.
Skichman.
And you know, it's funny, the first Turok, if I remember correctly, I think it was actually the first third-party game to get released on the N64. It came out like in early 1997. In fact, it actually predates GoldenEye as the first FPS in the system.
Wow.
I mean, I've said numerous times that I do not think GoldenEye has aged well, but...
I saw a video from Sugar Conroy that was like 8 years old, and he said that when he went back to play Sonic Adventure, he said the game didn't age well, and this was like literally like 9-8 years ago.
I'll say the Sonic Adventure games, I think they aged better than GoldenEye, because at least, I mean, the controls feel a little slippery, but you can get used to them, whereas GoldenEye's control scheme is the problem.
I find Sonic Adventure to be slipperier than Melee, honestly. But maybe it's because I've just played so much Melee.
Yeah, like, to me, Smash Bros. Melee is pretty slippery.
I've never gotten used to Sonic Adventure, and I've never beaten it mainly because,
I've beaten the first one, but I've never beaten the second one, only because the second one's a lot harder.
But I emulated the game on my PC, but unfortunately my PC is so potato that once I get to, not Angel Island, it's the one island with the volcanic activity. I forget, and it's in the sky, and the fire effects make my literally chugs the game down to like 1/4 speed, and I'm just like, ah.
Well, I own both of them on the GameCube. Like,
yeah, I've had it on the GameCube, but it ended up breaking long before I ever got the chance to play it. So.
And now we have a boss battle.
Same thing with Mario Sunshine. It unfortunately disc rotted.
The disc rotted?
Yep, in Mario Sunshine I have a disc rotted disc of Mario Sunshine.
How did you get a disc to rot?
Disc rotting is a pretty big problem with old games.
I've never had a disc rot on me, ever.
It's due to bad casing and like oxidization, stuff like that. But I have it rot on like the inner ring.
What? You have what?
So I had a bit of like disc rot on the inner ring. It's like brownish on the inside.
Yeah, I've never had a disc rot on me. Like, I'd imagine that could happen, but it would take decades.
Well, Mario Sunshine did come out like 15, 14 years ago. So.
But, even old PS1 games, even the ones freaking elementary school schnick abused haven't rotted.
Like I said, it probably depends on just where you live and
it might, as well as the way how much you take care of your games, I suppose, and where they're stored.
Well, Mario Sunshine was a game we thought was long gone because we were moving to our grandma's house, and we used to live in a trailer before that, like when I was ages 1 through 3. And our trailer ended up being towed way earlier than it was supposed to, so we lost a lot of our ownings in there. And yeah, we couldn't really sue since we didn't have enough money. And when we tried to contact them, they were just like, too late. You didn't get it in time. They're like, no, you guys came way too early. And they're like, too bad. And we're just like,
It's too late. Snaps disc.
yeah, pretty much. They came like 3 hours earlier than they were supposed to and stole a lot of our stuff. Like, we were half finished moving. Either way, we thought Mario Sunshine got taken with the freaking trailer stealers, but
Trailer stealers.
but
Good
it turns out it
I'ma
was
steal
in
your
a closet.
trailer.
And usually they come in
It
bags.
turns out it was in a box
Left it in
somewhere.
the
in
closet, Jesse. Really?
It's only fun if you wanna spend the
Yeah, it
rest
was
of
in
the
the
night.
closet, buried underneath a lot of stuff for
Well,
years.
I'd
and-
imagine that kind of conditions, it would probably deteriorate.
Well, that, and it was in New Mexico, and the air was generally dry, and we had really bad air conditioning in our
Well,
house.
yeah. Well, I live in Connecticut, close to close. My
Close
games
to
have
the
been
sea.
stored in Connecticut and New York, typically, and the air here is a lot more moist.
Yeah, where we live,
Under the
it-
sea.
yeah, where we used to live, it was higher than Denver. Like, it was, I think it's like 200 miles higher than where Denver is, and like, just the general area where we live in now. Like, when I moved from New Mexico to Denver, I had lots of weird things happen with my sinuses. Lots of nosebleeds.
Yeah, well,
Because the air's dry.
No, like, the air was even drier, but like the moisture kind of messed up my nose. It's weird.
Yeah,
But
the only thing that sucks about going somewhere completely different in the country is your body has to get used to the rapid change in air conditions very quickly.
yeah. I'll tell you this much: anytime I
Last
have
time
to go
I
visit
went to
my
Florida,
cousin in
it felt
Florida,
like I was choking.
Anytime I have to go visit my cousin in Florida, let's just say Florida throughout most of the year, it's kind of like what Mario Tube describes, except the air there is moist, so the heat is amplified because of the humidity.
it feels like you're baking. Like-
Though there are grace periods because, unlike Arizona, it actually does. There are, like, freaking thunderstorms and, like, heavy rain that results from the heat.
Today we kind of, over where we live, Schnick, today we kind of got like a really hot, a really weird hot rain. Like, it was really hot outside, but it still rained. Either way, what was it? I went to visit New Orleans once, and it felt like I was breathing in water. Like, I just felt horrible.
Meanwhile, that is a place where you get to see little swamps.
Yep, and a huge river that was probably horribly polluted. Yeah, we're over by New Orleans. New Orleans is a very strange place. There's lots of gumbo shops and like tattoo places. There was, I remember specifically seeing a sign out on this street for freaking feet massages. Really weird place. It felt like the place had lots of, I don't know. Really weird.
Yeah, I will say, every state has their ups and downs.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much, freaking Darkside Phil used to live in my state, and he describes my state like it's a third world country.
Wow.
And as someone who actually lives in the state, it's not. In fact, it's probably one of the more developed states in the country.
Where I used to live, it's still stuck in like the 80s.
Well,
So-
the catch is that a lot of places here are expensive to live in, but it's kind of offset by the wages being higher.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, let's just say, the place I live in, there's not a whole lot of areas that look like trash. In fact, apparently my city has one of the lowest crime rates in the country. And I believe it,
That's-
because I very rarely see crimes getting committed in the news.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Poor freaking wherever.
By
Adam-
contrast, the city where my college was in got a lot of crime.
Well,
But then my college itself existed in a little bubble where crime was rare.
probably because it was a college.
Well, yeah, there's campus police and everything.
Yeah, when I was over there, we walked down from our hotel to a McDonald's and we got our drinks, and when we walked back, the ice cubes were already melted.
Oh, trust me, the thing with here is that you get heat during the summer and you get cold during the winter, and it's pretty hot here. I mean, I don't know if it's... I mean, if I were to get, like, an ice-cold drink, like, the ice would maybe last about a half hour.
But I can't imagine what it's like in New York when it's cold.
Oh, it doesn't exactly hit sub-zero, but it can get into single digits on the worst days.
Surprisingly, in the
though
place
that's
I live,
admittedly kind of rare.
I've lived in 0 degree, I've experienced 0 degree and 1 digit coldness over in Denver and where I used to live. Because the place where I lived, it's it's like going into the freaking desertness of New Mexico, but it's still like in the mountains. And since it was closer to the mountains, it was obviously much colder. And since it was higher than normal, then there was times where it got to like -2 degrees. Ugh. Hey, this place kind of reminds me of the place in Battle for Bikini Bottom in SpongeBob's basement library.
Probably one of the only professional ROM hacks I've downloaded was the Resident Evil Ultimate Director's Cut.
Wait, you haven't tried Sonic 3 Ultimate?
No.
People say that's the best edition of Sonic 3 and Knuckles because you could activate beta elements. Like, there was a time when Flying Battery led into Ice Cap Zone, and there was a cutscene from the game. Like, it went Carnival Night to Flying Battery to Ice Cap Zone, which is different from the real game. So when you're going from Carnival Night to Flying Battery, they actually changed the skybox from where you start to night to from day to night. So where you start in Flying Battery is now nighttime since you just came from Carnival Night. And yeah, and when you finish Flying Battery, Sonic runs, breaks off one of the wings of Flying Battery, and then jumps down into the snowy mountains of Ice Cap Zone. And you could toggle everything how you want it. If you want it like the original final game, you could do that if you want.
What was it called?
I'm pretty sure it was just Sonic 3 Ultimate.
Why the fuck? God damn you, Shrek!
Oh,
Why
no,
does
it's called-
touching the boxes move you back?
It's not called Sonic 3 Ultimate, it's called Sonic 3 Complete, sorry.
Shrek!
Yeah,
They
Sonic
are
3.
boxes!
Oh, we're having rage.
Yeah,
No,
Sonic 3
seriously,
Complete
stationary
is...
boxes! And when you fucking touch them, he, like, gets darted back as though they fucking flew in his face!
But yeah, people say Sonic 3 Complete is the best way to play Sonic 3. Like, people, like Sonic fans love it that much.
Well, I guess real quick. I mean, with the Resident Evil Ultimate Director's Cut, literally all it is the DualShock version of the game. And not only do they restore the original soundtrack and not the farting trumpet music, but they also put in the uncensored cutscenes.
Oh, so they basically take everything good about the Resident Evil games and director's cuts and blends it into one game, pretty much.
Yeah, because the uncensored cutscenes were supposed to be in the official director's cut, but apparently Capcom more or less either there was a printing error or they forgot.
Resident Evil director's cut.
Yeah, so the Ultimate Director's Cut does the intended function of restoring the uncensored scenes.
Anyways, I'm gonna go and eat some pizza real fast, and then I'll be right back.
Alright, well, this is the end of the video.
And unfortunately, I should probably go to bed because I got work.
Yeah. I need to see if Vandalia could come on, maybe. Alright, so bye-bye to Brandon. And the video's exporting, though, right? And you're gonna upload it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, apparently it's already done exporting.
So you need to hit upload before you go.
Yeah.
Alright. Bye-bye.